Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to tinker with this wheel horse C160. I've had this tractor for a couple years now, and I've been mainly using it to pull little garden carts, wood log splitters and stuff around the yard with. These things are beast of a tractor. I think this one was like late 60s, early 70s model. I can't remember exactly, but anyways, one of the neat features about this particular one, previous owner made a custom ball hitch for pushing around trailers for the front, so I use that once in a while, and mostly just to push a little wood splitter around the yard. And then, like I said, I have a lawn sweeper. Don't mind the seat. The seat's a mess. I need to get a new seat cover. You can see it's pretty wrecked, or maybe just get a whole new seat. Maybe we'll do a video on that or something at some point. But anyways, the reason I got it up here in the garage today is because we've got a small, teeny tiny hydraulic leak. And this thing is all hydraulic. It's hydrostatic too. And I believe the hydrostatic transmission runs off the hydraulic fluid. And I've got some issues where if I'm on uneven ground or if I'm making a long swooping turn, that I'm losing power. Or motor stays running, but the transmission will just disengage until everything gets flat again, or stops moving around, and then we start going again. And so I'm pretty sure we're just low on hydraulic fluid, and so we're gonna. The reason I'm making a video is because I've looked all around the internet. I can't seem to find much. There's a lot of videos on the C6 160, but very few are the hydraulic transmissions. The rest of them are usually the mechanical gear shift style. I couldn't really find any videos on this, so we'll do one here and see if we can figure it out together. But I think we're just low on fluid, and it seems that the fluid fill is underneath the fender here, so we probably got to take the seat off. Probably got to take the body fenders off here. But if we look, I don't know if you can see it up underneath there, but right in there is where the little hydraulic pump mechanism is, and I believe the fill is right there on top. So in order to do that, we need to take the fenders off here. So we'll set you up in the tripod, and we'll take the fenders off here real quick, and then we'll come back and see what we got to do next. Alright, so we flip the seat forward. There's 4 bolts that go down into the brackets, and it looks like if we take them off, the whole thing will lift. They're just this back fender. It's all one piece, looks like. Hopefully that'll just lift off. Looks like they're, what, maybe 1/2 inch? Hey, got right on the first try. more. A couple more bolts up underneath the seat, apparently. Right here. Those are going to be a little bit more difficult. That's not quite as difficult as I thought, I guess. So I believe that's the seat. Yep. This just comes off. Yep. Well, minus the wiring here for the rear light. So we'll just set that to the side. Okay. We'll get a rag or something, clean that up real good so we don't get any dirt in the hydraulic system here. Probably should have waited to put the power washer away till I pulled this off. I power washed it earlier because there was quite a bit of fluid that leaked all around the down around the motor deck. Screwdriver or something. I just don't want to drop any dirt inside there. Alright, we're going to put you on pause for a minute. I'm going to start up the air compressor and blow all that crap out of there. And we'll be back. Alright, just to give you a little closer look at what we're doing here. Right there's hydraulic pump. I'm going to guess that this is the filler right here. I may crack this one as well, just so I can see fluid moving. Get all the air out. Because we're going to introduce air as soon as I crack that open. And then we'll leave those open while I run the tractor. We'll run the hydraulic up and down for the deck, and we'll let the tractor move back and forth. So I'll set you up in the tripod and we'll get to it. Okay, I'm going to run. Oh, cool, there's a disconnect right here. Somebody was thinking when they put this together. Looky there, there's a dipstick. Maybe that's for the... Wow. Or maybe not. Okay. Let's grab a wrench. 7/16 and 7/16. Let's just crack both of them here. There we go. Brought a little funnel out. Hopefully that'll fit in there like that. It doesn't look like it's all that. Let's move some of the tools. Go ahead and start her up here. Okay, stop. Hold the phone. Forget everything I just said up to this point. I never claimed to be an expert. This is my first time really digging into something like this. I mean, anyways. The previous owner of this tractor is a family member, and so I talked to them today about this scenario, and that's why I was working with trying to open these these caps on the hydraulic pump to try and fill. Obviously that didn't work. I got nothing but fluid in the face. So after getting extremely frustrated, I went inside and did some research. I had already done some research, but now I really dug in, read some owner manual, read some forums on these particular tractors, and apparently everything runs off this transmission fluid container down here. It's supposed to hold a gallon of fluid. There's an Allen set screw, bolt, whatever you want to call it, at the bottom of this transmission that I pulled out. And I got this little container, of fluid. That's not even a quart, and this thing's supposed to hold a gallon. This is why I was having troubles, most likely. Not to mention after I opened up those caps and spurted another good chunk of fluid on the floor. This is all that was left. It was slow no matter what. So, apparently there's two types of fluid that can go in here. And it's recommended to drain the transmission, or hydrostatic, whatever you want to call it, to see what you've got. Apparently a lot of these are filled with 10W30 engine oil, which I find kind of strange, but again, you know, I've not really dug into the hydrostatic transmissions very much. Or there's regular transmission fluid, Dextron, that can be used. Mine was a pinkish red. It smells a lot like transmission fluid, so I went down to the store and picked up a gallon of this Dex Merc ATF. stuck it in there, and now everything works. The hydraulic lift on the mower deck goes up and down, no problems. I have forward and reverse. So now I just have to put the whole tractor back together and then go take it for a rip. But yeah, if you're having any sort of forward, backward motion issues, this all started because if I was on an incline of any sort, I would lose transmission, like it wouldn't engage. And as soon as I put it on level ground again, it would go. And then it got to the point where it got so low that I would pull my lawn sweeper behind this. And when I got to the end of my row, you know, I'd take a right and a left, a hard left, and just the motion of in the middle of the turn, the tractor would stop going. And it was almost like the fluid was sloshing to one side, and then it couldn't go anymore. So this whole scenario was just low fluid, but obviously I didn't know what fluid was in it because this is a new to me tractor. There's a dipstick right here, and there was nothing on it. Again, I had less than a quart, and it takes up to a gallon. So I put an entire gallon in there, and it's almost to the full mark. So I feel pretty confident that I put this back together, and everything will work like it's supposed to. Like I said, the mower deck goes up and down, about as fast as it's ever been, maybe even better. And it goes into gear forward, backwards. So I'm going to put the tractor back together and then take it for a rip. There we go. There's that one. It looks like a tractor again. Alright, I'm going to put everything away here real quick, and then we'll go take it for a drive and see what happens. Alright, so here we go. Let's see what happens. Nice sweeping turn here. Yeah, it would always stop. Ah, good deal. well, that concludes. If you're having hydrostatic transmission issues, especially with it going, or even having hydraulic lift issues with the deck or whatever implement you've got, looks like it just could be low transmission fluid. In my case, it actually had transmission fluid in it versus the engine oil. Like I said, that's new to me, but seems like on the forums, a lot of these old C160s use 10W30 for fluid in the transmission. So if you're running into those issues, I suggest draining what's in there, taking a look, see what you got. If it's engine oil, put engine oil in it. If it's transmission fluid, put transmission fluid in it. In that case, that's all I needed to do. It bled itself, and everything's working. So with that, hope everyone has a good evening, and we'll catch you next time.